Hello, you guys. Welcome and welcome back to Pisces Network. We are going to get into another reading to see what the messages are, okay? Y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video. Thank you so much for all of your support, you guys. Everyone who's donated or contributed in any way, shape, or form to help support the channel. Thank you so much. Okay. If you would like to book a reading, you can find the link to the website below. And anything else that you need to know is going to be below in the description box. Let's see for Pisces, guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Father, Mother God, what are the messages for Pisces? So mother figure just popped. You could be a mother. Your mother could be significant. Mother Earth. What a mother should be. What a mother is. I asked my son the other day, what am I supposed to do as your mom? Like, because I was trying to help talk him through something. And I was like, well, what is my job as your mom? And he said to take care of me. And to protect me. And then I told him yes. And also to help you learn and teach you things. And we had a really good conversation. So what is your job? All of that. What are the messages for Pisces Spirit? What do we need to know at this time? Dang. Ooh, and then we have Empress. Interesting. So we have Empress, and then we have, I think, 3 other cards. Ooh, Dream Girl. We are dream girls. Okay. Ooh, mental issues. And moon magic. Interesting. There goes that wind again. This is definitely about the feminine. Feminine energy. I'm just looking, y'all. Give me a second. Oh my God. And then the scientist card is at the bottom. It was at the bottom when I started shuffling. If you run it back, you'll see it. So there's definitely something you're discovering. I was feeling that when I first started the reading. It's like a discovery that you're making. This could be a discovery that you're making about your mother, motherhood, the feminine energy. The feminine is being researched, put under a microscope. So when you're put under a microscope, it's like you're being researched or you're being critiqued or magnified or looked at very closely. That could be very stressful. It could cause a lot of pressure. And then ritual. Okay. So there could be scientists who are investigating the mental effects of some type of ritualistic practices when it comes to the feminine energy, when it comes to mothers, when it comes to the feminine energy. That's what I feel. There could be a discovery being made, a scientific discovery being made that connects some type of ritual to the feminine energy. I don't know exactly what this is, Spirit. I know what it is in my mind, but it's hard for me to describe it, y'all. So this is what's happening. It's a scientific discovery. Women are being looked at under a microscope. possibly even critiqued, but looked at under a microscope. They're really paying attention to women right now. There's an obsession. I don't want to say necessarily obsession, but it could lead to an obsession. But more so right now, there's a fascination with women and mothers. There could be something going on in science where they're looking at like eggs or embryos. But just keep in mind, I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist. And this is all alleged. Online for entertainment purposes only. I know nothing. I really don't. But it has to do with some type of moon magic. They're going to be doing some type of ritual. Separation. Yeah, look. Separation, apology, not your friend, and scientific discovery. It could have to do with the hands. Like, they could be researching palmistry. And how certain aspects of palmistry or what type of palm you have can affect like mental issues or something like that. I feel like there are scientists researching mental issues in women. This could be anything: anxiety, depression, bipolar, Alzheimer's, dementia, heart disease, kidney disease, any type of like, well, I mean, not really heart disease or kidney disease, because that's not mental, but like any other type of mental issues, you know, Munchausen's or neglect, or like any type of mental issues. Or these are even maybe like personality disorders or self-esteem issues. They're researching this in women and mothers. And like how these different syndromes or diagnoses genetically pass on from the mother to the child. They could be researching a specific race or ethnicity. They could be researching a specific group, but it's because of like a ritual. And it's connected to some type of moon magic. This could also be about women's menstrual cycles. How much water they have in their body. Y'all hear that alarm? Or like the water on Earth. I feel like scientists are trying to connect occurrences that take place in women with the occurrences that take place in the earth. And it's connected to women's cycles and their brain. Genetics, and how genetics are passed down through women. Maybe you're researching this, I don't know. But how genetics are passed down from women, through women, to their children. And how it ultimately affects the population. How it ultimately affects how the world progresses. Like, I'm getting it really clear, you guys, but I don't know what it is. So it's hard for me to say exactly what, like, I don't know what these people are doing, but there's definitely scientists researching this. And for whatever reason, you guys need to know. Maybe that person is watching. Maybe you're this scientist. Maybe you're going to become this scientist who researches these things. This could be the subject of certain women, like being, now it says dream girl and empress, right? We know in the spiritual community, an empress is like the ideal image of the feminine energy. A dream girl is like, dream girls, okay? Somebody beautiful, somebody well-rounded, somebody very talented. And it feels like They're trying to... Now, this could be... Also, I'm getting like the Eve gene. Something about the Eve gene. It's like they're trying to figure out how certain women are able to be the women that they are. And why they may have mental issues, or how they're able to avoid having mental issues, or how they're able to still rise with certain mental issues. This could be somebody thinking this about you, though, like on a mundane level, on a surface level. This is happening like around the full moon, or something to do with phases of the moon when it comes to this discovery, or when it comes to these actions that someone could possibly be taking. Oh my God. Look, and these 3 cards just fell out when I was splitting the deck, y'all. Look what it says. Desires, copycat, blackmail. So this is about cloning. Or stem cells, or some type of regeneration of this Eve gene or something like that. We may start to hear about this, okay? Hold on real quick, y'all. Y'all be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe. A lot of you guys are not going to want to listen to this message. But, it is what it is. I respect it. Yeah, so the Eve gene. Hold on, you guys. I'm just looking online. So some of you may have the Eve gene. They're going to try to experiment on you and copy it. Or there's a woman somewhere who has the Eve gene, and they're doing scientific experiments on her, torturing her, trying to copy the Eve gene, making her lose her mind or something. But it's like she can't. This could be happening on like a collective level with any of you who have the Eve gene. Blackmail, though. So this may come out like in the news. Somebody's getting blackmailed because they desire to copy or reproduce the Eve gene for a ritual. I don't know if this is... listen, it's a ritual, okay? I don't know what they want it for, but they want the Eve gene for a ritual. So that they can copy the genetics. I don't know what it's for. Astral travel and growth. Yeah, I think somebody just wants power. Of course. It's probably some stupid shit where they want power, or they want eternal life, or whatever. That's crazy. Maybe you're dreaming about this happening. Some of you are dreaming. That may be why it's coming up in your reading. Maybe you're having dreams about this. Maybe it's happening to you. I don't know. If you've ever given blood, or If you've ever, you know, I don't know, given plasma or something, or if you even, maybe you donated sperm, I don't know. If you're a masculine or you're a man, born a man, and you are watching this, your mother may have been connected to the Eve gene, and you subsequently, like, you may not have the gene, but there's something in your DNA that connects to it. I feel like they're trying to clone women or copy this gene, copy the essence of the woman into, I don't know, a clone, a computer, I don't know. It's something about genetic material. It's like they're trying to make this woman, but it's not an actual woman. So we also saw in that deck the transgender card. So I don't know. I'm not against you if you're transgendered, but they could be trying to use some type of scientific discovery when it comes to female genes to put them in transgendered women so that they are actually able to turn into a woman. But it's not so that transgendered women can feel more feminine. It's because they want to blackmail somebody. Oh shit. I didn't remember setting that alarm, but I set that alarm in my sleep this morning. And I was knocked out. And it's weird that it's going off right now. It's 12:45. So 9, 10, 11, 12. So the number 12 is significant. December could have been significant. Maybe they were doing this in December. Or we're going to hear about it in December. This could also be the number 3. So they may have been doing this in December of 2023, and we're going to hear about it in March. Someone desires you if you have the Eve gene, or someone desires the essence of women so that they can copy it. I feel like the Cabbage Patch Babies, you know, like all of that. If you ever research like Cabbage Patch Kids and like old movies, like there's an old movie where this woman is like watching over this cabbage patch. It's in black and white. I think it was like a French movie. And she was like, she had all these real babies. It was crazy. Like she had all these real babies like in these little cabbage patches. And she laid out a blanket and she picked one up like real rough, put it on the ground, and then picked another one up roughly, like not cradling the baby, just kind of dangling it, and then put it on the blanket, then got another one and put it on the blanket. And it was like resembling the Cabbage Patch. And if you've ever like watched any of those, like, you know, World's Fair, Tartaria type videos, there's a channel that I really like if you want to get into that, or if you're into that. It's called Mind Unveiled. And I think I told y'all about it before. I think I told the members about it when I was reading off some of the some of the channels that I subscribe to. I don't necessarily, I'm not endorsed or sponsored by these people. I don't agree with everything that they say. I just observe. And that comes with anything that I say or anybody who I talk about. But yeah, this is like that. I feel like they're trying to figure out how to create clones of people, because they can't, it's like they can create clones with genetics, but those clones are then unable, I feel, to reproduce. That's the goal. It's like they want these clones to be able to reproduce, and they can't do that without the Eve gene or some aspect of the Eve gene that they put into the clones. So it's like, I feel like they're trying to make expendable populations. They're trying to make, okay, you get what I'm saying. Somebody's losing their mind about this though. because they're under a lot of pressure. They may be getting blackmailed. They may be trying to create these clones so that they can blackmail other people and say, oh, this person is really transgender. But it's like they're trying to make elaborate ways to blackmail people and trick people. But it could also be somebody who's involved with this, who's feeling very stressed out. There's a scientist who's involved in whatever the fuck I'm talking about, which I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But this is what I'm getting. There's a scientist involved in this, and they're starting to uncover or become uncomfortable with the ritualistic nature of what they're contracted to be scientific about. Like whoever the scientist is, whatever they've been contracted to do, they're becoming very uncomfortable with it. Because what's the word? It's borderline obsession. It's like they were fascinated by this. They started to research this, but now they're being blackmailed. Their family is being blackmailed. They're being threatened if they don't continue this work, and they're realizing that it's becoming borderline obsession, and they're becoming like, there goes that alarm again. They're becoming very uncomfortable. So you may be dreaming about this, or I don't know if this is a movie or what. It seems kind of out there, but you know, truth, facts are stranger than fiction, honey, okay? Fact is stranger than fiction. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to use this Edgar Allan Poe deck because we're being weird. Everything is weird today, so let's just continue to weird it up. So if you're seeing stuff like this in your dreams and you're like, oh my God, it's just a dream. No, it's not. You're actually astral projecting into the lab, into the meeting rooms, into whatever the fuck this is that's going on. You're actually astral projecting into seeing this. So it's actually like, it's scary a little bit because you're like, damn, what the fuck is going on? But then at the same time, it's a confirmation that your astral strength or your astral muscles, your astral projection abilities are getting stronger in some way. Yeah, it's like, ooh, it's a discovery. So they're about to make a discovery about this. They've been ritualistically working on this, or this is involving some type of fucking ritual, okay? Why does Pisces need to know about this? Or why is this coming up in Pisces reading? Whichever one you feel like answering, spirit, either way, I'll figure it out. Why does Pisces need to know about this? Why is it coming up in Pisces reading? Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles, because you have it. You need to know about this, or it's coming up in your reading because you're either seeing it or because you have it. Or maybe this is what happened to you in the past life. For some of you guys, you're seeing it in a dream where you're astral projecting and seeing it. And you need to trust your abilities and understand the wealth of power and knowledge and information and skills that you have. For some of you, it's not just because you're seeing it, but it's because you have the gene. And this may become something that is a part of your reality. I hope not. But you may need to be aware so that you don't fall victim to some type of negative spell work or something. And for some of you, this is what's happened to you in the past. Past life type of shit. Or this is what happened to one of your ancestors. But that would, again, lead you back to being someone who has this gene. You get what I'm saying? So if it happened to your ancestors, you were one of the daughters of Eve, quote unquote, or whatever. Or that It's basically a tribe in Africa, okay? Yeah, justice. So you're getting justice for this. Yep. So I feel like a lot of you actually come from, what is it, the mitochondrial, whatever, the Eve gene. If you go research it, you'll figure it out. But a lot of you are about to find out that this is why you have your skills. This is why you have these gifts. This is why you have these abilities, is because you come from this particular bloodline. And then you also have another 9 of cups. Yeah, and it's like, and this guy is blackmailing. So if this is talking about a past life or what happened to you in the past, the scientist who experimented on you or saw them experimenting on you in this past life, or saw your ancestors getting experimented on, whichever way it falls, I don't care. The scientist who's involved in this, if they are in the past and this is already gone, their spirit is mentally stuck or strained. They may be in another human right now. Y'all, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but what I'm saying is, whoever this scientist was that was a part of this, that feels guilty about what they did and got blackmailed into this, they're somehow giving you justice. Because they know that whatever money or wealth or whatever this is that has come from what they were a part of and didn't have the strength to disagree with or stand up against, they know it belongs to you. This is inheritance and justice in the form of inheritance from what happened to your ancestors, or literally from what happened to you when you were in a past life. That's why you need to know about this, because you need to know that's why you have your strength. That's why you have your powers. That's why you have these abilities. And that's why you're about to get this justice. What's the 9 of Pentacles? So September could be significant with the 9. Virgo season in September. And the 9 of Cups. What is that? Scorpio, but that's in October. Interesting. Okay. What's the 9 of Pentacles? I was just waiting to see if there was anything else. Ooh, the moon again. It's definitely something about that moon. I don't know. I really don't. Y'all, listen. There's only so much that I can say. Doppelganger, though. That's crazy. Because you see this? So there may be clones of you somewhere walking around. I don't know. It's doppelganger energy, though, for sure. I think there's actually a doppelganger card in that deck. This is crazy, though. Like, somebody wants to be like you. I feel like some of you are going to get justice for all of the people who've tried to copy you, or justice from all the people that have tried to copy you. And that could be the mundane level that we're on right now with this reading. Like, anybody who's tried to copy you or try to perpetrate or perpetuate some false reality that they have your skills, or they have your abilities, or they are the same as you, you're going to get justice for that. I believe you know this on a molecular level, like on a cellular level, on a genetic level, on a psychological level. You know that this is going to happen. But it goes deeper than just the people who you encounter in this lifetime who've tried to copy you. It actually goes back to your ancestors or a past life version of yourself where you literally were a test dummy or a test subject or an experiment where they tried to copy your DNA. Ooh. And members, if you're watching, this goes back to what I was talking about when we had our weekly reading and the conception. I'm telling y'all, it's about to be some weird ass shit going on. It's about to be some weird ass shit going on. You're about to get a lot of people apologizing to you because I feel like you've separated your energy. It's like they no longer have a test subject or a specimen to copy from. There definitely could have been someone who you thought was your friend that was trying to copy you. But that's when you're going to get this like confirmation. Wow, undress me. Yeah. It's like somebody was trying to strip you down and transfer you or transform you or change you into something that you're not so that they could kind of copy who you really are and become like who you're meant to be. Yeah. So when people come and start apologizing to you for things that they know that they've done, that they subconsciously feel guilty for, you know that these are these people. These were the scientists in your life. And there goes that alarm again. These were the scientists experimenting on you. This is the essence and the energy of these scientists from this past life that were experimenting on you or your ancestor. Yeah, but there's about to be some type of shift. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's like you're going to meet your doppelganger face to face, but you're not going to die. Because that's like the old wives' tale or whatever they say. When you see your doppelganger, it means that your death is coming soon or something like that. But it's funny because I don't think you're going to die. I'm not trying to scare you. But if you're not, in a place to like hear this type of reading, please don't be scared. That's not my intention. If you're scared listening to this, then you may not want to listen. Because it's not that scary. It's just like a lot of things that we're scared of, we just need to learn more about. So whatever. But yeah. There's going to be some type of like, it's like, okay, this person or this energy or whatever this is that's trying to take over your body or take over your life or whatever, it's not gonna be able to do it. Like there's something that's gonna, I don't know how to explain it, y'all, but it's not gonna work the way they think it's gonna work. Like whoever this is or whatever this is that's trying to do this, it's not gonna work. It's gonna create this like spinning or turning. Like I don't know if you might feel dizzy. But yeah, 6 of Wands is at the bottom. You're gonna beat this devil or you're gonna beat this entity or whatever this is. What's the 9 of Pentacles with the moon? Damn. See what I'm saying? Look. It's something about it being too soon, or it's not the right time, or somebody's expecting something bad, but it's not going to be bad. It's like if somebody were to clone you and then you see your clone and you think you're going to die, but you actually make friends with your clone and then you guys work together and like take over the world. It's that, it feels like that. Two of Wands. Somebody's curious. I feel like you're curious about something. Yeah, something, you're curious about something. You want to find out more. It's like you're hypnotized by whatever this is that you are drawn to. You're hypnotized by whatever this is that's piquing your attention. Yeah, and I feel like there's a decision that you guys are making right now. And because you don't see what's going to happen, you expect something negative. I feel like your doppelganger could also be like mental, or like it's not like you could be looking in the mirror, honestly, with this moon card. It doesn't necessarily mean that this person is standing in front of you, but it is like they're standing in front of you. So you're looking in the mirror. There's something you're afraid of, and you could be expecting something negative to happen. But something positive is actually going to happen. So for some of you guys, Pisces, there have been times recently where you looked in the mirror and, okay, so how can I explain this? Jesus Christ. When you look in the mirror, it is you. There are two people inside of you. There's the you that you feel you're in this reality with, and there's the you that's in the mirror. The you that's in the mirror, like, what are they doing right now while you're watching? I mean, unless you're looking in the mirror right now, they're looking back at you and they're watching me too. But like, if you're just sitting on your couch or laying in your bed, or you're at work, or you're driving in your car, or you're outside somewhere doing something, right? Where is the version of you that you see when you look in the mirror? What are they doing right now? Who knows? Okay, they're doing something. They're just not standing there at the mirror. So I feel like you guys switched with the version of you that looks back at you in the mirror. And usually when we look in the mirror, either we don't want to look because it's going to tell us the truth, or we're afraid to look because we don't know what we're going to see, or we look and we get some type of like encouragement, or we look at ourselves and we're like, hey, we need to do better. And I feel like for a long time, because of your situations, just follow me, okay? Because of your situations that you were in, and because of what you were living through and experiencing, you were therefore manifesting more of it. But the version of you that was in the mirror was doing different shit. The version of you in the mirror was being more positive, being more motivating, being more inspired, manifesting different things. Like it's a reverse of you. Like your left eye is their right eye. Your right eye is their left eye. Your left hand is their right hand. And I feel like the version of you that was in the mirror being positive, you've now kind of flipped. And it's like your inner being. And it's like, instead of your inner being trying to encourage you, you're encouraging yourself. Like you've switched the timeline, or you've caught up with your higher self or your inner being or something like that. Okay. But you don't realize it yet. And this Nine of Pentacles is like, It's like your inner being or your negative self is leaving. But you don't see it coming. Like it's going to be something. It's going to be something that you don't expect because you're following some type of curiosity. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Because y'all are going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, but what does Pisces need to know, Spirit, based on this information? Y'all are so sweet, though, for real. Because y'all be like, sometimes I don't know what you're talking about, and it doesn't resonate for me, but I still like watching. So I appreciate all of you for that. Okay, what does Pisces need to know based on this information? This was a weird reading. But then that's the astral travel, too. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like you're projecting maybe into the future, or you're seeing things that happened in the past, but either way, it's like your soul is implanting or like falling into the body that's on the other side of the mirror. And the part of you that was stressed and anxious and nervous and negative, your soul is leaving that body and going into the more positive body, okay? Hope it makes sense. What does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know when it comes to these messages? What can they expect, or what's hidden? Whatever you want, Spirit. Thank you. Ace of Wands. Creativity, ideas. There's 4 books here, all with blank pages, 4 pens. The number 4 is significant. There's a lot of knowledge and information that I feel like Spirit is saying it's time for you to write it down, or it's time for you to express it in some way. You're inspired. You're going to be very inspired in the near future. If you're feeling like blah, 4 of Cups, you're feeling lackluster. It's like you want to do things, but you really don't feel like you have the energy. You don't really feel like working. It's because of some type of like moon magic that's being done by some person that's trying to control your feminine energy. The feminine energy actually creates and grows things. So I definitely feel like, you know, I don't know if there's mental turmoil of things that you feel guilty about or whatever. Or there's somebody in your life who may be trying to stress you out. I don't know what this is. But I feel like by the 25th, because that's a full moon, by the 25th, when this full moon in Leo happens, you're going to start feeling more energetic. That energy is going to come back. Yeah. The Hangman and the Sun card. Yeah. You're going to figure out a way to like get out of some type of funk that you could be in. Or you're going to figure out a way to like cleverly escape a difficult situation. Or it's going to be revealed to you. Like it's going to become clear. The idea is going to come up. Even if you feel stuck right now, you don't know exactly what to do. You may feel backed against the wall, or you may feel like you're in a bind. It's, yeah, but the the 8 of Wands just popped out. Yeah. If you feel that way, or if you feel like things are not moving forward, or you just don't feel like doing much, that's going to change by the full moon in Leo. You're going to get a burst of energy. And I also feel like be patient. They want you to know to be patient. They want you to know to look at things from a different perspective. Whatever it is that you're negatively observing in your life, or that you're evaluating negatively, they want you to look at it from a different perspective, okay? They're going to find a creative, the angels, your ancestors, your spirit team, your guides, they're going to find a creative way to communicate with you. Or you're going to start feeling more creative. You're going to start feeling more balanced. What is that? 8 days? The 8 of Wands, 8 to 9 days. 8 and 9. What day is this? Yeah, the 19th. So, yeah. In 8 days or less, you're going to start feeling better. I swear it's going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So between the 25th and the 27th, if you're watching it, after that point, it's going to be like 8 or 9 days. You're going to start feeling more inspired. And you're going to be ready to get up and move, like physically. The days and nights may even start to move faster. You may feel like a lot is going on. What's the Ace of Wands? So Spirit is, yeah. The Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. Damn. So Spirit is about to have some big communication towards you. Or there's some big communication that's going to come in. This could be a very important phone call. But I feel like it's more of the shift. Because you see the, like, in the Judgment card and the Three of Wands, you have this, like, whirlwind type of tornado-looking wave. Or I don't know what it's called. It's like a not a sinkhole, but like a whirlpool. But it's in reverse in the Three of Wands. So it's going to be upright. There's going to be ways that Spirit shows you different solutions, or they're going to communicate with you clever ways to do things. I don't know exactly what this is, y'all. And I'm not about to stress myself trying to figure it out. But it's a shift. So I feel like you're shifting into that other version of yourself. And I feel like you can bounce back and forth because you have this Eve gene, or because you have like this ability, these abilities. Yeah, the King of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. And you're going to come out of it learning even more, or knowing even more. It's like every time, you got to think about it. What Spirit is trying to tell you is that no matter what situation you're in, you don't have to have anxiety. You don't have to be worried. You don't have to be stressed. You just have to go with the flow of what they're showing you or what they're telling you. It's like they want you to be in the flow of knowledge, in the flow of information, in the flow of, you know, procedures or what. I don't fucking know. They just want you to be in the flow, okay? And if something doesn't feel right, they don't want you to force yourself to do it. If you don't want to do something or it just doesn't sit well with you, they don't want to force you. They don't want you to force yourself to do it. They want you to go when they say it's time to go. They want you to do when they say it's time to do. And it's not like, this is like source. This is the universe. This is God, pretty much. The father and the mother, the feminine and the masculine. Like, this is your creator showing you how to be in the flow. And I feel like they're doing this because they want you to master this switch between those doppelganger energies, like the two versions of yourself. They want you to understand both sides of it. And they want you to master the switch, or understand when you've switched places. What's this Nine of Pentacles? Three of Wands reversed in the Moon. Can I get one more card for that, please? Yeah, the Five of Cups. Sadness, loss, depression. I don't know. Being upset. Shit. Like, the sun is going to come up again. And we saw the sun. So what I feel like Spirit is saying is that it's okay. Don't beat yourself up Because it's okay if there are times where you need to rest, or you don't feel like working, or there's things that you just don't or can't do in whatever moment. They're basically saying that, you know, that may be a time where you've switched places with the other side of yourself. I'm getting like split personalities, but it's not. Maybe this is how people with split personalities feel. But it's like, you don't have to beat yourself up about it. You don't have to get down on yourself about it, or chastise yourself about it. It's just, now I'm in this personality, or now I'm feeling this way. So I know that I may have switched with that other side of myself, and I know what ways I need to manage this energy, okay? Yeah, Four of Swords and the Six of Cups. I feel like you had a lot more of these dreams when you were a child with the Six of Cups, or maybe you're remembering a dream that you had. I also feel like sometimes when you guys go to sleep, it protects you. Okay. That was a weird reading. What? Let me see. Let me get one of these. What else for Pisces? Discouraged, yeah. It's like, whatever the side of yourself is that's dark, your shadow side, or your other half, if you just let it cycle and you don't have any like super high expectations of yourself, it'll go away faster. That's what I feel. If you let the emotions cycle through and drain out, whether it's through crying, sleeping, I don't know, whatever way that you help regulate your emotions, taking a shower, going outside, it'll go away faster. But if you're like, oh my God, I'm such a horrible fucking person because I don't want to get up today and do this and do that, it's going to keep the energy present in your system for longer. Like, it's going to keep you in that side of yourself for longer. Like, for example, yesterday, I didn't film any readings because I just didn't feel like the energy was right for me. And I always feel guilty about like, oh, y'all, trust me, I just know, okay? If I'm reprogramming my mind and my thoughts and my emotions to be in a place where they understand that I don't have to be a slave and kill myself just to get what it is that I want. That I can do what I want to do when I want to do it, the way that I feel like I need to do it, while using intuition and discernment to get what I want and be at peace, rested, and comfortable while doing it. And I'm believing in the process, even though my reality may not show what I believe just yet. I'm believing in the process that is my reality, and it's therefore changing my reality. And when I get into those places where I know I need to rest, but I also feel like, no, I can't rest because I have to do, no. Yes, you can rest. Yes, you can get yourself back. Look, powerless, and I was holding it in reverse. You have the power to do that and not be upset with yourself about making that choice. Okay, what else? Yeah. Ooh, did I not say it? I know what I'm saying. See, and people, ooh, look at that. And see, people get mad. People get mad at me for just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. This is the truth that I know that Spirit is delivering to me for you to hear, to become the version of yourself that you want to be, for you to have the reality that you want to have, for you to live the life that you want to live. And then people turn around sometimes and get mad at me because I'm saying things that are hard to deal with or uncomfortable to deal with. Well, guess what? Newsflash, get over your fucking self if you want things to change. If you don't, then keep queefing around in the same shit that you've been queefing in, okay? But don't get mad at me about it. But this, I'm telling you, this is the reality of your situation. They want you to get into a flow where when you feel the call or when you hear the call, you heed the call. And the less ashamed and embarrassed, or the less ashamed, the less guilty, the less embarrassed, the less disoriented you are, the less powerless you feel, the easier it will be for you to jump on and jump off, to jump in and jump out, like double dutch, bitch. Doppelganger, double dutch. It's about doubles. It's about using your energy for yourself and harnessing the power of it so that you can be like, okay, tag you in, bitch, go. Okay? It's about mastering both sides of the brain. So people might think you're crazy because you actually have the ability to access both sides of your brain at different times. So they call you crazy, or they try to make you feel guilty. Blackmail, that's guilt. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like maybe society is making you feel this way. But when you start literally being able to materialize shit in front of your face on command, you're not going to be so crazy, huh? It's kind of the same thing that they say about millionaires and billionaires and CEOs and huge, huge like masters of fate. All of the people who've been able to master their reality and bring into fruition a manifestation of what they want over time. They called them crazy at first too. I bet you they called the person who created Nike and Jordan and all these people buying all these fucking shoes. I bet the person who created the computer, they called them crazy too. I bet you the person who created cars, they called them crazy too. I bet you the person who created a television, they called them crazy too. Oh, you crazy. You could never, that could never happen. Woo, blase, blah, farts. But it's different. People start changing their tune when you're able to actually, bring things into reality that they thought you could never do. And I feel like you guys are on the road to literally astral projecting into other realities where you have what it is that you want, absorbing that energy, coming back into whatever your physical body is, and materializing it. And it's going to start happening faster and faster and faster and faster. And all the motherfuckers who called you crazy are going to be trying to copy what it is that you do. And when you astral project, you're probably astral projecting into the version of yourself and the body of yourself that looks back at you in the mirror. So when you look in the mirror, I suggest you don't be fucked up to that person. Because then when you go in your dream state and you try to connect with them, they're not going to fuck with you. Because I wouldn't fuck with myself if I was saying negative shit about myself. And that's why certain things haven't manifested for me. But now that I'm starting to actually support myself, love myself, allow myself to rest, not feel guilty about situations, it says blameworthy, responsible, at fault. It's not your fault. It's just that's what the flow is. That's what Spirit wants you to identify, is what the flow is and how to master it. Yep, encouraged, heartened, emboldened, supported. And unsure says uncertain, doubtful, or indecisive. Yeah. Yes, like you feel encouraged even though you're not sure what path to go down. And even if you go down either path, it's like it really doesn't matter what path you go down. Spirit just wants you to do what it is that you want to do. And in the process, your responsibility and your, I get what I wanted to say, your responsibility clause in this contract between you and Source, you and God, you and the Most High, you and the universe, is that you share this knowledge and this information and you try to help educate people as much as you can without putting yourself at a fucking detriment. Y'all are getting justice. What is the advice? Your justice is you being happy, you knowing that everything is going to be okay, regardless of what the reality looks like. Your justice is you empowering yourself to these facts that I have laid out with this evidence, like a scientist. It's a hypothesis. Do a fucking experiment, bro. If you don't believe what I'm saying, experiment with your own life. Create a hypothesis. And if it's a I've said this before. We had a reading like this before. So go back to whatever reading that was talking about the scientific experiment, or that you guys are a scientist and all these other things, the variables and all this other shit. Do a fucking science experiment. These poor kids these days never do science experiments because they don't want them to have the ability to question things. They just want them to go along and skip down the yellow brick road like ain't nothing fucking happening. And they never want them to question anything or formulate any original thoughts. But in the old school, okay, for any of you watching with your kids, in the old school ways of doing things, we didn't do science experiments knowing what was going to happen. We came up with a thought that was original, our own idea, when it comes to something that we questioned in our reality. Like I've told y'all this story before. One of my favorite science experiments was those paper towels and that quarter. And I had embroidery hoops. And I wanted to know because everybody was saying that their paper towel was the best. And my mom said that this brand was the best. We had Viva. She liked Viva, whatever. So my mom says Viva's the best, but then Bounty says they're the quicker picker upper or whatever the fuck. And then this other brand says that they're the best. So I'm going to test and actually ask the question to see who's the best. So I said, okay, because my mom trusts Viva, I use Viva. I think Viva's the strongest. And I had a dropper and I put the same drop. I think I put like 2 drops of water on the paper towel after I hooked it into the embroidery hoop. And the 2 drops of paper towel, I tested it. After I put the 2 drops on, I laid a quarter on it to see which ones held the quarter and didn't fall through and break. And and I also upgraded that by how many drops of water it would take before the paper towel broke with the quarter on top of it. Bounty and Viva literally were the best. But Viva ended up being the strongest. Maybe it was because I wanted it to be that way and I made it that way. I don't know. But that was my power in doing that experiment and figuring it out. So experiment on your own life. Do a science experiment. Come up with a hypothesis and what you think could happen. And then pay attention to the variables while you're experimenting, because this is your life. If you have a hypothesis that you can literally earn a certain amount of money by March, okay, in 3 months I can do X, Y, and Z. But you got to pay attention to the variables. What are you ingesting when it comes to food? What are you ingesting when it comes to programming? What are you ingesting when it comes to conversation and other people's energy? How are those different variables affecting what it is that you want to create or what it is that you want to do? I don't know. I said what the fuck I said. What's the advice? I'm not angry, y'all. I'm just not going to put that much energy into it because I don't get paid enough. What's the advice? But I will. Ooh. And as soon as I... okay. The magic within you. So Spirit is trying to say that you have the magic and the power to create stability or create balance in your life if you feel out of balance. But you have to stop feeling guilty about feeling the way that you feel or being who you are. And I feel like Spirit is telling you that you have to start being encouraged about what you do, even when you make decisions and you're not sure. You have to be encouraged and positive and optimistic that you're going to make the right choice. You can't keep being negative because you don't know. Or thinking that something is going to turn out negative because you don't know. You just have to try and be optimistic and do what you need to do. Yep. And there's that shadow self, that moon. It's very much so highlighted. Y'all are not going to be able to ignore it. Yeah. And then learning and forgiving. And it's okay. It's really okay. See, your shadow self wants you to be negative and pessimistic and feel guilty and ashamed and hold on to all of this shit. But the part of you that is rich and wealthy and gets to relax and go on trips and, you know, have nice things knows that that's insanity. Okay, so that's what I said. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading. I hope it helped. Be sure to like the video, subscribe. Again. Put your comments below. Put a brain in the comments if it resonated. Y'all be sure to go subscribe to the Underground and get into those love readings. They've been, listen, I'm telling you, Spirit has been a little harsh lately, y'all. Spirit has been very like down to the nitty gritty, hard science, straight to the point, straight facts, all real, no chaser. Spirit has been like on it. They're not playing with us. Okay. They are not playing with us. So if you don't want to raise your vibe, This is how they said it in my mind. If you don't want to raise your fucking vibration, you're going to get left behind and you're going to continue to be fucking miserable with everything that it is that you do. There's not going to be any escape for it because the coping mechanisms, that's what Spirit is saying, y'all. If you don't fucking raise your vibration, every way that you try to ignore the need to raise your vibration is not going to work anymore. And you're going to be miserable. And all of your misery is going to be right in front of your face. Maybe that's where the doppelganger comes in at. So they're trying to give you these tools and they're trying to give you this information so that you won't have to go through that misery. Because deep down inside, your future self, your higher self, your inner being knows that you don't want that. And you don't really deserve that. So they want you to have the tools that you need to try to start implementing changes in your life now so that when all of this nasty manure-like shit hits the fan, you won't have to smell it because you'll be higher than it, okay? Like the video, you guys. Subscribe. Go subscribe to the Underground, the Nutcase Network, Mom Jeans. Subscribe to all my channels. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all next time. Remember, this is our Circle Boost. Bye.